Hi everyone, good morning. At least it's morning for me right now. It's kind of early. Decided I would film this video a little bit earlier. I've got my green tea right here because you guys know I do not like coffee. But I figured we would read our extension article together. Earlier in the week, I posted our News to You article, and we read all about Greta Thunberg and the Earth, and what she's doing to try to protect our Earth, to fight against climate change, because we talked a little bit about climate change um, in the article. So we're going to read our extension activity and do the questions together, and let's get started. So again, our topic for the week is Greta Thunberg and Earth. This is teacher information. You guys don't need to know that right now. All right, Greta Thunberg, there she is. Greta Thunberg wants to protect Earth. She thinks everyone can help protect Earth. Let's learn about ways you can protect Earth. Let's count how many times I say Earth in this story. Again, next week is Earth Day, April 22nd. So if you guys want to do any special Earth Day projects or activities, or start being a little more Earth friendly, maybe you can take some of these tips that Greta's going to share with us. Let's see what she says. Okay, so Greta Thunberg has many ideas to protect Earth. Many people will celebrate protecting Earth on Earth Day, which is April 22nd. One person who wants to protect Earth is Greta Thunberg. Here she is. She is 17 years old, so again, she is close to your guys' ages, if not the exact same age. Greta Thunberg talks to adult leaders about protecting Earth. She thinks everyone can help protect Earth. She has many ideas about how people can protect Earth. And it's not just Greta's job to protect Earth. It's not just one group of people. It should be all of us that are making sure we're doing everything we can to help protect the Earth. And there's lots of ways that even kids, little kids even, you guys aren't little, but even your little siblings or cousins can help protect our Earth and keep it safe, because we want our planet to be nice, not just for us, but for everyone else that lives here. But there's lots of different ways that you guys can help make a difference and keep our Earth safe, clean, and protected. First one, and we do this in our classroom. Do you guys do this at home? Recycling. You can recycle. We do this at school. It's actually one of our voc ed jobs, and we do it in the classroom as well. Recycling is an easy way to help protect Earth. Recycling is taking trash and turning it into something new. Plastic, glass, metal, cardboard, and more can be recycled at recycling centers. Most trash will go into landfills, okay? It's just a big site with lots and lots of garbage. It's not a pleasant place to be. Unfortunately, landfills can hurt Earth. When you recycle, the trash does not go into a big landfill. The trash becomes something that people can use. So what we do in school is we have our box of paper. So any paper that we don't need anymore, instead of throwing it in the garbage can in our classroom, we put it in our paper recycling box, and we pick it up in voc ed and we use it to shred, and that gets taken to a recycling center, and the shredded paper, I think, gets turned into something else. They can make our shredded paper into another product we use. And we do the same thing with our bottles and cans. So if we're having a party at school and we're having soda or lemonade or iced tea, we throw those bottles all into a recycling box, and those cans get taken to the recycling center and they get turned into something new. So a question here, think about this, because right now you're at home. What is one thing at home that you guys use that maybe you can recycle? Think of something that's either plastic, glass, metal, cardboard, or even more paper-like. I know for me, I've been drinking a lot of cucumber water, and I get them in plastic bottles, which I know I shouldn't, but it comes like that from the store. So I make sure when I get rid of my plastic cucumber water bottles that I put them in the recycling bin outside. So that's one thing I can recycle. All right. Another thing that you can do to help protect our earth is you can use reusable containers. A reusable container is a container that you can use again and again. You can pack your lunch in a reusable container instead of a plastic bag or a paper bag. Plastic bags and paper bags are usually only used once, and many plastic bags or paper bags will become trash, and then the trash goes to the landfills. Using a reusable container helps lower the amount of trash we throw away. I know when I go to school and I bring my lunch, I have my plastic containers that are reusable that I wash and I bring home, and then I use them again the next day. I even bought reusable Ziploc baggies so I don't have to use the throwaway ones. I know one friend in our class brings his lunch and he always has glass reusable containers that we wash and he uses them over again, so he's very earth savvy, and he's making sure he's using his reusable containers. So you know who you are, you go. But if you guys bring lunch to school, I bet you guys would probably use reusable containers. They're more cost effective and they are better for our environment. Okay, so most of you guys bring your lunch, but here's another question for you guys just to think about. If you were to bring your lunch to school or if you were going somewhere, what do you pack your lunch in? Okay, what do you bring it in? Do you bring it in a plastic bag, a paper bag, reusable bags? I want you to think about that. And then again, talking about plastic bags, in our state, we did just have a law passed where plastic bags were banned. I think right now they're being a little more lenient with the law because of the current situation we're in, but plastic bags, we are trying to stop selling them and using them in stores. We're going back to paper because paper can be recycled. So if you go to the store with your families, you might be seeing your parents getting paper bags instead of plastic bags at the grocery store, or even your parents might be bringing their own bags. I know, not yesterday, a couple days ago, I had to go to CVS to pick up some medicine, and the man was going to put my stuff in a paper bag, but I had brought my own bag, so I didn't need it. But they are making those changes because we do want to keep our earth healthy and protect it. So we're going to do a couple questions. All right. Who have we been reading about that wants to protect Earth? Is it A, a litterer, B, Greta Thunberg, or C, George Washington? Well, we're going to do this together, but let's see. George Washington was our first president and great man, but did we hear anything about him? No, so I don't think he's the answer. Litterers. Okay, litterer, I don't like that word, I'm sorry. A person who litters is someone that will throw their garbage on the ground. They don't recycle. So people who litter typically don't really worry about protecting the earth too much, so that doesn't make sense. Now, Greta Thunberg, we've read a lot about her, and she's given a lot of speeches on protecting the earth, so I'm going to click on her and see if she's the right answer, because that's what I think.
Greta Thunberg.
It is. Greta Thunberg is one person that we've been reading about that really does want to protect the earth. All right, our next question. What is something that we can recycle at school or at home? Volcanoes, clouds, or cardboard? All right. Well, we can't get close to a volcano and recycle that. I'm not touching one of those, so I don't think that's the answer. I don't recall hearing anything in our story about a cloud, so I don't think that's the answer. But we did talk about cardboard, plastic, and glass, and that is something I might have in my house. So I think that's the answer.
Cardboard.
Yeah. Clouds are water particles. we're not going to be up in the sky doing anything. And I'm not going over to Hawaii right now to pick up a volcano to try to recycle it. So cardboard is the answer. What is something we just talked about? Our state banned using them in stores. What is something that we usually can only use once? And once we do it, we normally throw it in the garbage. Okay, is it a table, plastic bags, or a computer? Now, I didn't hear anything in the story about a computer, and I use my computer, especially now, every day. So that's not the right answer. Tables, I use my tables all the time. I don't throw them out. In our classroom tables we've had for a while, I don't throw them out every time we use them. But plastic bags are something that once you get them, a lot of times you will eventually throw them right out. So I think that's our answer.
Plastic bag.
Plastic bags. Forgive me, I have allergies, and I was outside taking a walk, and I think the pollen got right up my nose. Okay, so plastic bags are something that we normally only use once and will end up in the garbage, and then that gets put into the landfill, and like we read, landfills aren't that great for our planet. So another thing you can do, and this is something my dad would always yell at me and my sisters for growing up, turning off the lights. Okay, you can turn off lights to help protect the earth. Lights use energy. Turning off lights will save energy. Saving energy helps protect Earth. So try to remember to turn off the lights when you leave a room. You guys don't need to have every light on in the house, just the room that you're in. Families can do many activities in the dark. You could light candles and eat a meal in the dark, if you want to be real fancy. And you could use a flashlight instead of turning on the lights if you need light. So if you're really trying to be energy savvy, you could use your flashlights. If you're watching a movie, you could turn the lights off. It really depends on what you're comfortable with. But I want you guys to think about maybe something that you can do in the dark. All right, there's lots of activities that we can do in the dark where we don't need a lot of light. Sometimes I do just like lighting a candle and watching something on TV, or just relaxing, meditating, but you don't need to have every light on in your house. I learned that growing up. Another thing, and I wish I could be out there doing this with you because we do like to do this activity, not trees, but other things. But you can plant a tree. Okay, did you know that? You guys could plant trees. Trees are really important for the planet. They make oxygen. All right, and we know that people and animals need oxygen to breathe. When you're breathing in oxygen. Trees will help make oxygen. Okay, trees make food too. Foods that grow on trees include apples, oranges, avocados, lemons, and much more. And I know some of you guys love those types of food. I know I love avocados, apples, and oranges, and lemons. I can't get enough of them. Trees also give some animals, like squirrels and birds, a safe home. Because we want our animals on the planet to have a nice place to stay too, right? When you plant a tree, you can watch it grow, all right? I know when I was little, my parents would plant trees, and before I got old enough to move out, I was able to see them grow. It was pretty cool. And I know in our classroom, we don't normally plant trees, but we like to plant vegetables and flowers in our garden, which I don't know if we'll be able to do if we don't get back in time, but maybe you can do that at home. But would you want to plant a tree? If you were given the opportunity, would you like to be able to help plant trees or other plants to help make food and oxygen and homes for us and animals? Think about that. And the last thing I think we're going to talk about is you can help protect the earth by picking up litter, or just not littering in general. Litter is trash that people have thrown on the ground or forgotten to throw away in a trash can. Have you guys ever seen someone throw like a wrapper or a can on the ground? I'm not a big fan of that. You can help take care of Earth by picking up litter and throwing it into the trash can. And I would recommend if you guys do that, you have gloves on or something that you can grab it without having to touch your skin because right now we know germs are a big thing. We don't want to be touching things that other people have been touching. So if you're picking up trash, make sure you are being safe about it. Uh, but picking up litter can help keep Earth clean. And you can help protect the earth in lots of different ways. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that we did not read about in this activity that you can do. But if you guys decided you wanted to do something special for Earth Day, how would you help protect the earth? Would it be something that we read about in this activity, or is there another thing that you guys do with your families that you would like to do? Feel free to always share your ideas and thoughts in our comments section if you would like. But again, if you don't want to pick up litter, just help by making sure you don't litter. Okay? Don't throw things on the floor that you could easily recycle or throw in the garbage. So our questions. What does turning off lights save? Okay. So did we talk about if we turn our lights off, is that going to stop and save water? I didn't read about that. And as much as I love pizza and I want to save all the pizza, we didn't hear anything about lights saving pizza. However, I do remember us talking about how turning off the lights will help save energy. So I think that's the answer.
Energy.
Energy. Keep those lights off if you don't need them. All right. Question 5. What can you plant? So if you want to help for Earth Day or just help keep our planet protected all the time, what is something that you can plant that helps produce oxygen? Is it a car, a book, or a tree? Now, for those of you that do garden, we know that cars don't grow outside, and we know that we don't plant book seeds, but we could plant seeds to grow a tree, or just plant a baby tree. So I think trees are something that we can plant.
Tree.
Yeah, it's a tree. And the last question, what can you pick up to keep the earth clean? We just talked about how sometimes people have food wrappers or cans or receipts and they'll just throw it on the ground. But what is that called? Is that called throwing a TV on the ground, throwing litter on the ground, or throwing a spacecraft on the ground? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't see people walking around with TVs throwing them around, and I don't really see people throwing spacecrafts on the ground when they're outside, but I do see people throwing what's in this picture. Okay? I see sometimes food, bottles, papers, cans, and just wadded up pieces of paper or tissue, and it's really kind of gross. So I think the answer is litter, garbage.
Litter.
Okay. I think that's the end of our article. This is just video content that we could do more about if we wanted to later. Maybe I'll play a video for you guys tomorrow. But I hope you enjoyed the article. Again, anyone can help take steps to protect the earth, even doing the smallest things. Recycling, not littering, turning off your lights. That's something everyone can do. Try to remind your families too. But I hope you enjoyed it. I, again, hope you have a really happy Thursday. And we'll talk more about Earth Day next week because it's next week. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.